these are the two paper collections I used to make my latest mini album. These ones I used mostly to make a hex card for a friend of mine, and this set I used to make a locked page card for another friend. But I had quite a bit left over, and I thought they went well enough together I'd combine them into a mini album, and this is what I'm going to show today. So this is the front cover, and it's about 4.5 tall, about 4 tall, 4.5 wide, and probably about 2.5 spine. And there's the back. It's got a little ribbon tie, and you can see how chunky it is. It's only got 4 pages, but it's a good example of when you scale an album down, you have to keep the spine and the hinge the same. So this is a 4x4 album, but if you did an 8x8, you might have a 2.5 inch spine. Do a 4x4, you're not going to need a 1 inch spine. It's going to be too full. So let's have a look inside. So the inside cover, we've got a pocket, and that's got a couple of little tags. And as I said, I was using scraps up, so some of them I had to do a little bit of mixing together. And I even tried some paper piecing for the first time, so that was quite interesting. That came out well. That's a little booklet. And then this one lifts up and down, and it goes up there and down there. I'm not sure if we can get the whole thing in. And then you've got, I did a little bit experiment with some die cutting, making some little borders. That's something I wanted to try out. And there's just a little pocket here. One thing, again, with a smaller size book, you need to be careful not to make your inserts too bulky. So some of the pages I started off putting booklets in and discovered that when you tried to shut it, it was too bulky. So I made them into single pages instead. These are pocket pages, so in between each one is just, and these are booklets, and it's just got just a strip on either side. And then the next page is a pair of matching pages, but they're different inside. So this one opens up that way, opens up this way, and has a little card tucked inside that belly band, just a single-sided card. This one opens this way and this way, and that's got 3 little tags. And you can see the way the papers are. I managed to get some little pockets that matched up. There is also a pocket insert there. And then we turn that over to the next page. And on this side, that opens up and across. Oops, and these are falling out. And then if we take the pockets out, you can see this was a whole 8x8 square page, And by cutting it into 4 and then putting them back together, you can see the whole page. Now, a lot of the pages were like this. They had the motif in the centre and then they had half of it on the side and the top, which is where I've managed to use them to make pockets and tucks and things with the leftover bits. And then that folds in like that, down like that. And then on this side, this is one of my favourite ways of holding a page shut. So that comes out, that's a little card, it's just a little tag. And then you've got 2 diagonal pockets and they open up. And then inside, you've got this lovely turquoisey blue card. And again, this card came from a paper pack that I got from the Works. Absolutely perfect, the colours matched perfectly. So I've used that for a lot of the backgrounds in this. And again, it's got a little pull-out insert. Turn that over. And then this page opens that side, this side, that flaps down. There's a pocket tucked in there. This comes out, this comes out. And again, it's that beautiful paper. And we open her up, we've got the lady in the middle. Now she was from the middle of the sheet, the 8x8 sheet, and then the top and the bottom were the half pieces from the top and the bottom of the sheet, which then fit together quite nicely when you make flaps out of them. And the same with the corners, use the corner pieces to make little tuck spots. And then this page has got some more tags. Got a little pocket there, that opens up. 2 more of these. Rather like these die cut mats, I use that particular one quite a bit. And another purple one. And then you can see you've got the whole of the 8 sheet. I use the bottom of the sheet somewhere else. And then we turn over. And again, this is something you learn when you're designing your own mini album, is to be very careful which way the flaps open. So for example, you can see on here, they both open from the inside outside. Now, if they'd opened the other way, when you turn the page, there's a danger that it just flaps open of its own accord. So, which this final one did. I hadn't realised until I put them together. So what you do, I saw this idea on someone else's video, and what you do is you use the insert, instead of tucking in fully like these ones, one side of the insert goes in the pocket and the other side covers up your flappy open page. So we can use that, we can then turn that way, and you can see this has stayed shut. So on this side, we've just got this little tag. Again, just a tiny scrap of paper, makes a nice little lollipop stick. And again, there had to be a pocket there because I didn't have a long enough run of this paper, so I had to use 2 smaller pieces. But on this side, I did have more paper. And then we open that up, and inside we've got some more tags. And we've got, and this one, when you pull this out, it's just got the top half of the dragon on it. And finally, we come to the back cover, which has got a belly band. It's got a pull-out pocket that's exactly the same picture as that. And then that opens, and I've just got a little scrap as on the edge there. And that's the final album. I have done a little video with all the pockets together, all the inserts together, so I'll add that on the end of here. And there's the back page with the dragon. And the idea for this album, because it's a bit small for photos, what I thought I'll do is I'm going to copy out some dragon poetry and then pop that on the pages, and it will be a little dragon poem book. Hope you enjoyed it. And these are some of the tags and cards that fit inside the mini album. I've tried some different techniques with these. I've tried a bit of paper piecing, tried some die cuts, tried some border cuts, so lots of different things. And I've used up every single scrap, even the teeny tiny bits. And this is a little extra I made, having made the mini album out of scraps from 2 other projects. This is what I made from the scraps from the mini album. So it's a little folio that ties on the back with a ribbon. And then we lift the flap. And you can see we've just got corners and bits and pieces of each of the papers. Opens out that way. And then these lift. And then these flap down. So you can see basically how it's made. You've got a sheet of, this is a piece of 8x8 card, and score it in certain places. So you've got 9 squares. And you fold, fold, down, down,